Hey everyone, it's Karen from Hawk Intuitive Journeys, and I hope you're all doing well after the full moon and intense eclipse energy last night. I know I personally have been going through a lot of major changes in my life, and I can feel that you guys have gone through a lot also. So I just wanted to do a reading to kind of get a gauge for what the energy is post full moon and post eclipse. The energies are still there, they're still active, they're still happening, but it feels like the intensity of it has gone up over that hill and is now starting to come down just a little bit. So I wanted to check in with the twin flame community and find out what's happening in the aftermath of that for each the divine feminine and the divine masculine. This is going to be an extended reading, so for the beginning part of it, I'm going to do the divine feminine, and then in the extended reading, I'm going to read for the divine masculine. The piles that are sitting here are going to be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I have the divine feminine on one side, the divine masculine on the other side, and this pile of tarot here is just kind of a backstory. They wanted to tell me a little story about each one of these twin couples. So just take a minute. I know it's kind of hard to see the actual cards and the stones that are on them, but I don't have the best camera angle. But just take a minute to feel the energy that's coming off of them. Feel the energy and connect in with your guidance, your intuition, your gut, and take a minute and choose which one you feel is right for you. Again, this is pile 1, pile 2 up top here, and pile 3 down here at the bottom. I just want to remind you all as well that when I set up my space energetically, it is infused with the Holy Fire and Violet Flame Reiki energy. It's my intention that no matter what you get out of this reading, no matter what cards you resonate, you will still receive healing Reiki energy if you choose to be open to it. So if you set the intention that I would like to receive Reiki healing energy, it's there for you. It's there, it's continuously there throughout this entire reading and is meant to support you through these big energies that you're going through, but also the messages that you receive from these. It's not always easy to take in and receive these messages from source. These are messages that are meant for you from source, and it takes a lot of energy in order to process them, especially when you're resonating with them. It also takes a lot of energy to figure out which ones resonate with you, which ones don't resonate with you. Is that a gut feeling? Is that ego sitting in the way? Balancing out all of that back and forth takes a lot out of you also. So I just want it to be a supportive environment for you so that you can get the most out of these messages that you can. And also just remember that if there's not a message here for you, there's not a message here for you. It may be that you were called here in order to hear the next reading that I do, or just to resonate with me as a person, or with this group of people that have come to this reading. I'm hoping, it's my intention that everybody gets something out of the reading, but there may be messages in here that you don't resonate with, some that you do. It may also be that you are not sure between two different piles and both of them have a message in it for you. Make sure that you take those messages in, you absorb them, you meditate with them, you figure out what what it is that you need to do next with those, and then leave the rest behind. Whatever you don't resonate with, don't take that on to yourself. Leave those behind for the people that they are meant for. So, okay. This first section of the reading, again, is going to be for Divine Feminines. I'm going to start out with pile 1 over here, and we will move all of these out of the way. I'm just going to pause the video for a minute so that I can do that, so that you guys don't have to wait for me to move these piles. I'm just going to take a minute and set them aside. Hang tight. All right, everyone, we're back with, this was pile 1. We're going to start with the Divine Feminine here. And like I said, the Divine Masculine is going to be in the extended reading. The link for that is going to be down below. And I'm also going to try to remember to put the timestamps in for when each one of these readings started, so you can skip ahead if you want to. But if you want to watch all three of them, there may be messages in all three of them for you. So first I'm going to start with the backstory between the two of these. Divine Masculine is over here. Let's find out what they have to say about these. I'm not going to take any reversals today either. So it feels like, so first of all, the music that I have on, it feels like they're going to want me to put on a different station for each one of the piles that came out. This one they wanted me to do a classic rock station. We've got a little bit of Led Zeppelin on right now. I have to keep it low in the background because we're not allowed to hear the music on the video, but I'll let you know. I'll try to let you know what songs it is. Sometimes it's not significant what song it is. It's just sometimes the words that come out are what's significant. So just keep that in mind if you aren't able to hear in the background. It feels like this is Divine Feminine energy. This is Divine Masculine energy. And the Divine Feminine has been having a really hard time truly stepping into her Divine Masculine energy, her own inner Divine Masculine energy. She feels the strength coming from him. She can feel him here next to her, but she's really having to defend herself as far as it almost feels like she's waiting to step through this doorway, this new portal, this new life of hers. But she's feeling a little bit defensive of what other people are going to say or what other people are going to think about taking control of her life, deciding to take control of her life and not giving a shit what other people think. But it's like she's starting to feel the energy of her Divine Masculine, her actual Divine Masculine, the person, feeding into her Divine Masculine personality within, that's giving her the strength to turn to these people and say, I have control over my destiny. I have control over the way things move forward for myself. And so if she's... It looks to me also like she's trying to step into the light. She wants more than anything to step into the light. Maybe this is for a light worker. She wants to step into the light. She wants to step into controlling her destiny, taking control over her life and what it looks like to do things the way that she wants to do things. Maybe this is about career. Maybe this is about stepping into the light of this next phase of her life, a career, a healing career, or it could be anything. It doesn't need to be a light worker, but it could just be her stepping into her light, into, being empowered. But there are forces that want to hold her back. There are forces that do not want her to come into her powerful Emperor energy, her Divine Masculine energy within. And she's currently kind of battling against those. But what the Divine Masculine is feeling right now is kind of feeding into that a little bit. It's always been hard for her to feel like she was in control of her life. What she gets energy-wise, this flow back and forth with her Divine Masculine, is strength in her. She can feel it's like he's seeping into her personal Divine Masculine. She's pulling her strength from his feels like awakening. It feels like an awakening to me. He's moving forward towards what he knows within this connection, this balance, this Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, divine connection, the white and the black, the yin yang. He's definitely feeling the movement forward, and it feels like he's gone through or is in the process of going through an intense awakening. This to me feels like awakening. It's almost like he also can feel like this wand here, this awakening wand, is in her hand. That's the one that was in her hand. She has offered him the gift of awakening. She's ignited that in him, and he's taking that. And if you can see the light here on his forehead, he's had a third eye awakening, and he's rolling with it. He's moving forward. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure out how to drive these powerful horses. But look at those wings in the back too. This divine masculine is he's been awakened to his power as a divine masculine. And she can feel the pull of that. It feels like there's still just a little bit of fear involved in this too. She's holding really tight to that wand, to waiting for the power of her divine masculine to come back through. It's almost like she can feel the power coming through that staff, that wand, and she's absorbing it for herself. Just like I said, she's feeling that flow back and forth from him, and she's taking a pause. She's taking a moment to gather her strength, get into her emperor energy, to fend off whatever kind of forces are out there that want to slow a powerful, strong divine feminine down. So that's the current story between the two of these. I'm going to set this over here real quick. So the way the pile goes, this very first one is going to be the overall energy here right after. This is kind of an overall energy after the full moon and eclipse for both of them. This one is for just the divine feminine, what she's feeling and going through right now, specifically in the wake of this last, eclipse energy just yesterday. This reading is going to be timeless, so it doesn't matter when you watch it, but as of right now, 7/17, we have this kind of portal going on right now. We have just gone through a really powerful full moon and partial lunar eclipse. So let's find out what this divine feminine is feeling just after. So I'm also listening to the song that's on right now. People bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. So it's almost like she knows that she's just gone through a huge event in her life. Something huge has just come down, and I can feel like an earthquake off of this. This was a massive clearing. It was a battle that she's been going through for a very long time, and finally this fifth wand came down, and it was the end-all be-all of this phase, of this part of her journey, of this last thing that needed to be cleared. And it was really powerful. It was definitely a battle. Echo, turn it down. There'll be days like this. She's definitely in the wake of it, so it's exhausting to have gone through something like that. But the number 5 is also about big changes. There have been major changes in her movement forward, in the lack of movement, in her trying to create that movement. There's been a huge change. This one that comes down right here is a huge change. And it may be this flow back and forth also, this Ace of Wands. There's a lot of wands here. This Ace of Wands, this awakening on the divine masculine side, her taking control of her life, taking control of her own awakening and his awakening, and absorbing it. She's got so much power right now. It's like she just put down this staff and she's like, That's the end of it. There's been a huge, huge movement. And within that energy, I think because she did that, this sometimes to me looks like, a decision has been made, or sometimes it looks as if this wand is coming into her. This hawk is definitely coming into her. A message is being delivered, a guide is being delivered to her. But right now, it looks to me like this wand here, she's sending it out into the universe. She has created this huge shift, and she sent it out to the universe, to her divine masculine, as a message. She sent out his awakening to him and his power and the ability to do that, to create this movement forward. So it also feels like the energy from this moon, there's this kind of a balance. Before, the divine feminines were in this really, really powerful sacral chakra, kind of passionate, needful energy. And that's here also. This one is a little bit more calm than that, but it's almost like this huge shift has finally just like created this release, and a balance is starting to occur. A balance when it comes to having faith in knowing that this is just the beginning of the story. This story, this journey, I am at the very beginning of a new journey. It seems like, it's almost like she got very cutting information. One of the messages that she got in this last phase, in this full moon phase from Spirit, was a very cutting message about this big change needing to happen. Something big has changed. Something about a job, something about your journey, something about your family life, the way that you function on a daily basis. You're deciding how your movement, how you're going to move forward with your life. It was very, very necessary. Now, the Five of Wands is not always, it's not the best card. There's some sort of battle going on, maybe a battle within yourself. But the hammer has dropped on that. And it was kind of a harsh lesson to learn. It was a harsh message to receive from Spirit. If you watched my last video, it definitely felt like that was a very, very tough love kind of message from Spirit for some people. But the feedback and the messages that I've gotten about that are, this was a very tough message for me, but it was something that I really needed to hear. And it feels like that kind of energy within this. The result of that is, being able to send that energy ripple out to your divine masculine and have him be able to feel the movement of that. The wands are about movement. Feel the energy coming off of you that something big has changed. It's been rough. I feel a very calm, very tired energy right now. This definitely took a lot out of you guys, both of you, because it was kind of a harsh lesson. But Spirit is telling you, have faith, have faith. Have faith that this is just a rest period right now. You're stepping into this next phase of your life. So, okay, this first pile is what has cleared, what has come to completion really within this full moon energy, full moon in Capricorn. Look at that, anxiety. It's just like I was just saying, this breakthrough, this massive breakthrough that you've just been through was really tough. It was really tough love, but it has cleared out all of the worry, all of the anxiety about what confuses you on this journey. And Spirit, it was like a gift from them in order to help clear out that anxious, not knowing. It's very root chakra also. Something major has cleared. It has to do with this also in your lower chakras. Something in your sacral chakra, which has to do with relationships and the way you relate to people and to the world. Your root chakra, it's about your ability to, what they're telling me is this root chakra issue was about how you relate to the world, how you are rooted in this world, on your own. And this moon has really cleared up something major for you in your root chakra that is helping you to understand a little bit more, get a little bit more clarity, not be so anxious and in your head about what all this means. It's the 18 card. They're telling me today is the 17th. There's something coming on the 18th. Now, if you're resonating with this reading, and if you listen to my last reading, I told you the messages that came in were about not getting focused on something so specific like a timeline and about time. But they are telling me something specific about the 18th. Now, if nothing happens for you on the 18th, don't let it make your faith waver. It just means that message wasn't for you. But they wanted me specifically to say something about, they pointed out that today is the 17th. Something is coming on the 18th. That's for a very select few people. But they wanted me to point that out to you. It also has to do with your root chakra, something clearing on the 18th. So take that as it resonates for you. You have to sit with your own guidance and decide whether or not it. So I usually break this down. 18 breaks down to a 9, which means that because you're clearing this anxiety, you have moved one step closer. You're so close to a 10, which is completion. You're so close to really making a breakthrough on this journey, but that is a specific message for someone also, but they're still saying something about the 18th. There's something coming on the 18th. They're pointing out, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but they keep saying the 17th, 18th, 17th, 18th. So today is the 17th, and obviously the next day is the 18th. It could be on the 18th of August. It could be on the 18th of August in 2020. I don't really know that for sure. They're not telling me, but just that the 18 means something to someone, and that message applies to what it is that they're clearing, this anxiety that they're clearing. All right, so what has opened up for this Divine Feminine in this full moon and eclipse? Mending. Oh, look at that. Number 7, you have really, the ability to heal yourself has opened up. The ability to listen to these messages, separate out ego from intuition, has really cleared something up for you in order to be able to heal and mend time, is what they're telling me. You're mending time. You're mending the damage from the past, the anxiety that not knowing in the past has caused you about this connection. That's beautiful. It's the number 7 card too, which is a very spiritual number. Maybe it's that you're mending your connection with spirit also. Maybe because of this tough love, you have felt a little down on your luck when it comes to your connection with spirit, and or just maybe disconnected from them a little bit. But this tough love and the resonance that you felt from that has really started to mend your relationship with spirit, because it's like, and your faith in the journey. You were starting to doubt your place in this journey, or, journey in reality as it is. It's all very confusing, and so that's something big that you've cleared up for sure. That's beautiful. Romeo's getting ready to come up here, kids, just so you know. He's trying to find an opening. Okay, so what's coming your way? What's coming your way in the wake of all of this huge energy? Rescue. Look, it's a number 7 card. It's the number 7 card. It almost feels like you're starting to get off this island. Hi Rome's, hi buddy. See, and he comes up right at the point where I tell you what's coming your way. Romeo, romance. Someone is coming your way. It's created an opening. Whatever this is, that it's cleared, you facing forward, you being able to focus on just your path has created an opening to somebody's coming in for you. So what does that mean for me? Does that mean that we're going to get into the divine masculine energy here as well? What does that mean? Does that mean that he's coming in? I don't know that for sure. It could be that there is someone else, a soulmate coming in, someone that is going to be really important in your life. That maybe has... No, this next to the mending card, it feels like you have mended something in a past life. Something big. Time, they're telling me time again. You have mended something in your timeline with your divine masculine, and it looks like you have drawn him in closer to you. You've mended something in your own past that has helped him to, obviously, he's moving forward. He's trying to figure out how to move forward with it after this awakening. But it looks like on your timeline, you have allowed whatever gap it was between you guys in that timeline. That's what they're showing me, an actual timeline. You've mended that timeline, and it's allowed him to step forward to be able to see you more. This solitary island, you're about to... It's like you rescued yourself. You rescued yourself, and the result of that is someone's coming your way. Someone is watching what you're doing right now. It feels like divine masculine energy. And it's another number 7 card. Look at that. That's great. All right, so I've got some advice from Spirit as this last card. Serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. So going back to this again, focusing on you, clearing up the issues within your own body, your own energetic body, has mended something for yourself on your own timeline. But it also ripples out to your twin. So it's mending something for your twin as well, and allowed that movement forward, even though what you were doing before was really pushing for that movement forward. When you sit back and you just allow and you decide, I'm going to focus on my journey and what it is that I need to accomplish, you will start to see the result of this mending rippling out to your divine masculine as well. So the most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. That's funny that it says yesterday. So there's going to be energetic debris from all of this. This was a huge event for this divine feminine. And there's going to be debris that comes out into your energetic field that really does need to be cleared out. There's a lot of things that you can do for that. Getting out into nature, grounding your energy, intentionally sitting still, and, imagining that debris being, blown out of your field, creating this pure energy around you. The violet flame energy that is in this video right now is very cleansing for that as well. If you can sit with intention, just close your eyes and open your energy up to feeling that cleansing violet flame energy. That's going to help you to clear out the debris of what you went through yesterday. They're telling me water also. Drink lots and lots of water. Do salt baths. Go swimming. Water is very cleansing right now. And we have this, I'm on the East Coast in the US, and we have this huge heat wave coming through that it's like they're pushing you towards the water. It's like that heat, all of that heat that's come through here is pushing you towards the water, whatever the water is. There's also a place for someone. This is a specific message for someone. There's a place that they go to that has waterfalls like this. They're telling you to go cleanse yourself in these waterfalls, or just in that place, in that environment that you go to. It's a very healing, sacred space for you. Go there, and it's going to help you to cleanse out and purify your energetic body. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. So clearing out the debris of that is really going to ensure that this is completely mended. They're also showing me stitches. Like when you get stitches in your body, there's a healing time afterwards. So it's all stitched up, but the underside of that needs to be healed just a little bit. So there's some rest time afterwards that needs to be accounted for. This was a big, big, big thing that you just went through. So give yourself some time to heal and cleanse. All right, that was an amazing message for this Divine Feminine. Really, really kudos to you, because you've gone through something really big in this last, it feels like in this last week. They're telling me 7. They're telling me 7. Back to this 7 again, 7 days. So in these last 7 days, it's been a big, big event for you. So if you're resonating with this reading, head on over to the extended reading over on Vimeo. I'm going to put the link for that down in the box below to dig into this style reading for your Divine Masculine also. Thanks. I'll see you over there. All right. We are on pile number 2 right now, and I'm going to start out with the story between the two of them, and then go over to Divine Feminine energy. Don't forget that the extended reading is going to include the Divine Masculine energy and what he's going through right now. All right, let's get started. 8 of Wands, Hanged Man, 4 of Swords, the World. And again, I'm not taking reversals today unless they guide me to. Some kind of communication came in between the two of you guys. If you were a Divine Feminine who was waiting for communication from your Divine Masculine, it looks like that happened. You got actual communication, but it caused this stagnation. It caused this moment, but this lull in movement forward. It's kind of like this vacuum, like, okay, well, what now? It was really great to hear from him, or it was damaging to hear from him, whichever applies to you. But it's caused this kind of pause here. It's, the Hanged Man is about a self-imposed pause, where it's an intentional space of time where you need to rest a little bit. It was intentional either by you or by spirit. The Hanged Man can release himself whenever he wants to. He's not stuck there. He just has this string wrapped around his foot. He can get out of that anytime he wants to. But it's almost like in combination with spirit and your higher self, this pause was necessary in order for you to rest and heal just a little bit. The introduction of the Divine Masculine's energy again into your field is jarring. Look at how it's just like whoosh, like a vortex right at your heart space, right at your solar plexus. And you needed to give that a rest just a little bit and think about how that's what that flow feels like and what that energy feels like back in your life again. You also needed to think, what does all this mean? That point is like on the horizon. That's where it all went, was over to the horizon. And you're just thinking about what that 0 point looks like and what it means for you in your life. If it was a good message, it's like, okay, I need to figure out now, why am I stagnant? Why is this a rest period? What else do I need to clear? And Spirit has imposed this rest on you for you to just sit back and wait and allow the healing to happen during this rest period. Rest your mind. You need to rest your mind. When the Divine Masculine's messages start coming in, when it's nonstop, when you guys start to really come back together and communicate with each other, how are you going to handle all of that energy coming your way? Full time. You get one message in and it's like, oh, I haven't heard from him in so long. And this is like I've been waiting for this. Now what do I do with it? Then you're just like, I need more. I really need some more right now. And Maybe it's not at that point yet, but the energy has just been introduced to you, and it's intense, and it's just like, it's amazing. So you got to figure out how to integrate it at a slower pace, how to get out of your mind, how to get out of your thoughts when it comes to playing things over and over again in your head. That's the completion of this cycle for you guys. Getting to a point where you are, you're just kind of chill and not in your head. You're rested. You are in a space of flow when this stuff comes in. It's kind of like that the energy of anticipation needed to subside so that each time you have communication, the energy and the anticipatory energy of that and the need for that, that's not even there anymore. That's the flow state again. So it's like this energy was introduced to you in order to shock your system a little bit so that you could rest and feel what that feels like, and then complete the cycle of the way things used to be, the way the relationship used to function or not function. This also can be about if this was a negative message that you got in from your divine masculine. Now it's kind of like, what now? I was on my way. Okay, hang on, I hear a song. Rolling on the river. It's about rolling with the punches. That's what they're telling me. You roll with the punches. There's so much more going on behind the scenes. You get this message in the 3D that feels like a really negative message, and you're in the middle of this stalemate, and you're just like, great, what do I do now? I need to sit here and think a little bit. Spirit is wanting you to get out of your thoughts in that space also, because you don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. This was some sort of reaction. It was like a really quick message, a really quick reaction from the divine masculine, and it puts you in this place where you're like, well, fuck, man. All right, I can see the light all the way on the horizon, but I'm all the way over here, and I thought that this was headed in a certain place, or I thought that communication was coming, or I thought that things were a certain way in the 3D. I thought he was clearing things. I see all these messages that I resonate with that say he's so much further along than he is. Spirit is trying to help you to make sense of those things by getting you out of your head. Those messages are going to start to make sense soon once you sit back and stop trying to think about them so much. I know it's really hard, especially when it's a negative message, but he needed space also. He had to get that out of his system. He had to get his reactionary, the way that he reacts to certain things, his defensiveness or his need to, this movement, this immediate, he's got to jump at and attack the communication or put a stop to the communication and just say, that's it. I'm going to put an end to this. The way that he reacts in situations when he gets defensive or whatever it is, he needed to get that out there to see the result of that, and that is making him stop and pause and say, wait a minute, why did I do that? Why did I say that? That's not true. And now I don't know which way to go. Now I feel bad about what I said, but I can't take it back now, and he wasn't quite sure what to do with that. So he's sitting here in his thoughts trying to figure everything out also. This energy between you guys is coming to a close. The point of this communication in the first place, whether it was good or bad, was intended to be the end of a cycle, the completion of the old way of being. That old template that you guys were running, it was the clearing out of that old template. So it had a function, it had a purpose. All right, so for this divine feminine, what is her energy right now when it comes to, I'm going to set this over here, when it comes to after this full moon energy? Wow, lots of cups. This to me feels like a father energy. This is about balance. This Knight of Cups. I feel like this Divine Feminine worked through some sort of issue with her father. There has been some kind of balancing when it comes to either the way that they used to function with each other, or some kind of issue or expectation that she has from a father figure in her life, the way that she's been damaged by her father in her life by not telling her enough how much he cares about her, or never giving messages about what makes him happy in his life, or like feeling love from a masculine personality or a father figure in her life. It's like something she just cleared and figured out how to balance. Either he came in and apologized for all of that and gave her a message of love and let her know that he's always loved her. He just always had a hard time saying it. He always had a hard time. He could never balance out how to show her efficiently or effectively how he felt about her. But he has always found so much value, and like she's the child that he always wished for. That's one situation. Or she balanced out her need to hear that from him. Maybe it's that she knows that he loves him. She knows that he does. And they're now paralleling this to the Divine Masculine, the way that she relates to the Divine Masculine also. Not hearing from him, and then all of a sudden hearing from him. She's balancing out the 3D and the 5D. Knowing from her father that I know he loves me, I know he cares about me, he has a hard time saying it, he has a hard time portraying that, but at the end of the day, I know that he really does love me, and that's really all the wish that I need to fulfill when it comes to him. When it comes to her Divine Masculine, the parallel of that is that she doesn't really hear much from him. When she does hear from him, whatever it is that he said, whether it was positive or it was negative, this is for both situations, she knows that he cares about her, and she's able to balance the difference between what is happening in the 3D and what she feels in the 5D. She stepped into that kind of masculine knowing. This is like they're showing to me a balance between Divine Feminine and the masculine personality within her. She's found a balance between understanding the emotional component in a masculine personality and in a masculine message, the way that they communicate. Even if it's a negative message there is love and positivity behind it because there's so much happening behind the scenes. That's what this energy has brought in for her, is figuring out the balance of that. That's really amazing. All right, so what has cleared for her and come to completion? Rest and rejuvenation. This is a number 10 card. This is the number 10 card under the question, what has cleared? What's come to completion for her? And it's another blue card, which has to do with these cups and this emotional relationship balancing out, getting to a place of being centered and understanding no matter what it looks like in the 3D, no matter what it looks like in my reality, I know what I know in my gut and in my intuition. This Divine Feminine has cleared the overthinking and understands how to rest in order to clear her mind and get into a space of intuitive knowing that what I feel for my Divine Masculine and what he feels for me is real, and it's so powerful. it surrounds her, and it's healing in itself. The acceptance of no matter what it looks like, she's stepping into a 5D space, and no matter what it looks like out here, it's so powerful and true in my 5D reality and in my 3D reality. You manifest that into your 3D reality. So this Divine Feminine has really gotten to a really great centered healing space, especially when it comes to emotions. It's like she's completed we're in Cancer season right now. She's absorbed all of that powerful healing, loving energy. She's found a balance in that by meditating, by praying, by establishing a connection with spirit and with source. All right, what has opened up for this Divine Feminine? To the sea. So there's more water. Number 7 card. Very spiritual. This Divine Feminine has really come into her spiritual connection right now. To the sea, moving forward, moving towards calmer waters. Look at how calm those waters are. Just sitting still and allowing the emotions to work through her. That's really what has established this connection, the spiritual connection for her. And it's really what's going to help to function to have that flow back and forth between her and her Divine Masculine, is opening herself up to letting the emotions work through her. Whatever comes up, let it work through you. You bring it in, you absorb it, you recognize it, figure out where in your body it's bringing up sensations for you and what it's telling you about what's trying to be cleared. Resting, meditating about it. She's really doing some hard work to clear through her emotions to get herself to a space of not being so fiery all the time, not being in that needful Divine Feminine energy. It's a more soft, it's like Queen of Cups kind of energy. And it's calm and it's measured and it's not reactive. If this was a bad message, it's understanding the purpose in a bad message and taking the lesson in and sitting still so that she can absorb it and maximize the spiritual effect of what that lesson is clearing for her. Okay, what's coming her way? Wishing well. This is about abundance, more butterflies. I think it was in the last reading that I did in the extended. I've been seeing yellow butterflies for the last 2 days. Tons of them, just nonstop. And it feels very abundant. It feels like money. It feels like it's like she's taken off that mask of the song that's on right now is Bye Bye Miss American Pie. This'll be the day. So I think what this is saying is the understanding that she's manifesting all of this, that her connection to her emotions are helping to manifest everything that she's ever wished for. She goes to the wishing well and it's almost like, I don't need to wish, I just need to make it happen. This abundance is happening for me. And so all those wishes that I've thrown in the well all my life, they're coming to fruition because of my ability to balance out, rest, center and ground myself, and allow whatever lesson Spirit is bringing her way to work through her. It's like she's stepped into past blocking all of these things all of the time, blocking the emotions in order to step into a place of real abundance. And when it comes to her relationship, when it comes to money, when it comes to her job, that's what's coming her way, the ability to really see that. All right, advice from Spirit. Breathe. When I was shuffling these cards too, this one kept flashing at me. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It's the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. This divine feminine, it feels like, has found something like yoga also. Spirit is telling you to go to a space in your body and allow the breath to work through your body to access that. But it's also, they're showing me yoga, like this guy. It's almost like that's what has helped this divine feminine break through. She's found it. She's found the meaning in it. She's found that it's like a religion. It's kind of like it's a way of being. It's a way of accessing energy. It's a way of allowing the breath to help you to access your intuition and flood your body with such important oxygen. It's like you're learning how to oxygenate your body in order to help those emotions work through you, to help you get to a space of calm and centered. They're telling me yoga right now too. So if you have been wondering about it or thinking that maybe you would want to take a yoga class or get into it, or what's the big deal about it, if you're interested in it in any way, I think that's what the advice is too, is to go try it. It really could have a profound influence over the way that you handle situations, the way that these things that are coming up for you right now are processed through your system, and it ripples over. All of this is water, so it's very flowing, and you guys have this flow between the two of you, you and your divine masculine. So all of that work that you do for yourself and the ability to breathe, inhale and exhale, and have it just be this flow, it does that back and forth for the both of you as well. So it's going to benefit your divine masculine and the divine masculine side of you within yourself. So, all right, I'm going to go over to the extended reading. If this was enough for you, if this was all the message that you needed, and you don't want to go over and see what is under the cards for the divine masculine in this, but you want to focus more on you and any further messages for you specifically, feel free to email me and we'll do a private reading and maybe figure out a little bit more about what this breath card is as well. So, okay, and for those of you that are wondering how the divine masculine energy flows into this as well, meet me over the extended over on Vimeo. The link for that is down in the box below. Thanks. Well, hello, pile 3. Spirit just had me change the music to, it is just a Pandora station for country music, top country. So that feels like a message in itself. It's probably going to be more than that. It's Pandora. They mix and match and put in whatever they want to. It doesn't have to just be country, but it's almost like they wanted me to point that out to you because it's someone who really loves country music for some reason. Okay, I'm going to get into the story between this divine masculine and divine feminine. I'm just going to listen to the song real quick. There is some major throat chakra stuff going on for me in this reading already. So that applies to you guys somehow. No matter where you are, I've got my eyes on you. This is the divine masculine sending you a message right now. Even if I'm not able to speak my truth to you, I still see you. I really see you. Whether it's that he actually sees you, that he's watching you somehow, he's watching you on social media, or he's just seeing you in his mind's eye. He's making 5D connection with you. No matter where we go, no matter what we do, if you're there, I've got my eyes on you. So if your energy is present, he's there, he's right there with you. He really wanted to tell you that. Even if you don't see it happening right now in the 3D, if he's not able to communicate with you, there's a specific reason for it. So just don't forget that he's there with you. No, Hierophant. Ooh, Ace of Cups, Hanged Man, the Sun. Jeez. Man, this is major throat chakra stuff going on. This is a powerful message. This is a powerful love message from this divine masculine. The relationship that you guys have is something he has never experienced before. He had to step back and really just absorb it. Something has happened. He has come into faith in this connection. He's seen the power of this connection and what he wants for himself when it comes to your relationship. They're also telling me that his relationship with spirit, his spiritual path has opened wide open for him. It has opened his heart wide open to my gosh, just immense love, immense emotion. He is overflowing with emotion right now. And look at Spirit. Spirit's just like controlling the whole thing and just like, Echo, turn it down. It's like, I can't even think of the word for it. He's just like beaming this energy out. And the divine masculine is overflowing with just love and emotion right now. So much that he really needs to take a step back and just, he's reveling in it. He's absorbing it. He's trying to understand it. He's stepped into some level of emotion when it comes to your connection that he didn't even realize was possible. He's like, oh gosh, this is a lovely place to be. I've never experienced love like this before. He's opened himself up to it. Spirit has opened him up, opened his heart wide open. They keep telling me open, open, open to this amazing light, your light. He's seen something in you that he's just, look at him looking over at this card. He's like, man, I never knew that I could feel this fulfilled, this kind of joy and emotion and depth, just complete depth of happiness in his soul. That's what he's feeling right now, and it's towards you, and he has faith that this thing between you guys is real. So real. And it's just open. He's open to it when he wasn't before. All right, I'm going to put these over here real quick. Let's get into this divine feminine. You know, this connection here too could be this divine masculine. The story between the two of them is that he was always open to this connection. Spirit showed him right away. He's the one that was he knew how powerful this connection was between you guys. Whatever this if there was a separation with you guys, it's only because he had to come to terms with how powerful and deep, deep down this love was. That's the connection that is between you guys. But it really, really resonates with the divine masculine. It's like he's always known that this type of connection existed, and Spirit showed him that it was you that it existed with. When you guys met, his cup was just completely overflowing. It was just too much. It was like flooding. It was flooding him. So he had to take a break to come to terms with that. But he's coming into that just light energy. He also felt like you were on a roll with something. You were like in the process of shining your light. And he is just taking some space back to allow you to do that. The overflow of all of these emotions, he could tell, would get in the way of you being able to fully shine your light. So he's actually like really watching you right now shine your light. He's keeping an eye on you. This divine masculine, seriously, is keeping an eye on you. But you have to know that he really does connect with the depth of this emotion, the depth of your connection together. He really gets it. This is self-imposed hanged man. Just a pause in order to give you space. It's also guided by Spirit. Spirit is guiding him to do these things. So even if he doesn't realize it, or if you don't realize, you're just like, well, why is he waiting? What is he waiting for? Spirit is guiding him to do that. They're telling him to just kind of step back, process your emotions for her, let her fully step into her light and shine. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, whether you're pursuing a career or something, it's something healing. It's something. It's definitely some sort of light work. He's watching you right now and giving you the space to step into that because Spirit is telling him to. All right, so this Divine Feminine. So this is the energy, the wake of the energy coming off of the full moon and the eclipse energy. They're wanting me to move these cards around, though. It's almost like... a tower moment has happened, clearly. Something big has happened in this full moon. It's almost like... So they're referring me back to this cup also. It's like this... This Divine Feminine is... Oh man, this is like a really layered message. There's a couple of different messages in here. They're giving me an image of this one and an image of this one. So I feel like there's a couple different separate messages in this. Let's start with the first one. There has been, oh gosh, this is the number 16 card too, which yesterday the full moon was the 16th. There's been like an enormous change. There's been a huge shift in something from the past, letting go of something that was no longer fulfilling for you in the past. These are cups here, but it didn't feel like a relationship. It could be different for everybody else. And I'm sorry this feels so disjointed, but I'm trying to make sense of what they're showing me right now. They're like painting a picture. You have let go and decided. You actually had control over this tower moment. You created this tower moment by releasing something. This cup was never going to be filled. It was never going to be filled. But you have all these other cups around you that are calling your name. They're just waiting to overflow in this way in order to fulfill you in the way that this Divine Masculine feels fulfilled. Whether you needed to let go of the idea of what that cup was supposed to look like for you when it comes to your Divine Masculine, or when it comes to a situation in your life, a family situation, a karmic situation, a work situation. Your attention and your energy was being sucked dry by whatever state of mind that was, or whatever you expected from it. It was never going to happen. It was never going to be fulfilled. And you let go of that yesterday. They keep telling me the 16th. You purposely let go of that yesterday. You created that block and you decided to fill that effing cup up for yourself. That's how it gets filled up. I do it myself. I do it by celebrating who I am and my divinity and stepping into my power as a Divine Feminine. Look at what she just went from. This and allowing her energy to be absorbed in these negative situations and stepped into doing things for herself. She's just cleared something really major. And she's also stepped into the flow of stepping into her... Oh my gosh, it's so disjointed. Why are you doing this? They're telling me flow, She's filling this cup up, obviously. She understands that the way that she was being held back by whatever situation this was here, it was holding back her ability to connect with her divine masculine 100% and connect with her divine masculine personality within herself. She is balancing out. Creating this tower moment has helped her to really merge and balance her divine masculine and her divine feminine energy into this union cup. Whatever she just let go of has merged her divine feminine and divine masculine. They say personality. I just completely, my mind blanked, and all I could hear was the clock in the background. It's like she's closed the portal on her timeline and opened up a new portal. Echo, turn it up. I'm just going to listen real quick. I'm not over you. I was sitting at home. This was a really, really heavy energy of just complete longing and loss and feeling like this thing with her divine masculine was never going to happen. Whatever just happened yesterday, whatever moment, it's like you decided that I am not sitting in that energy anymore. I know what I believe. And holding on to the image of what I thought it was supposed to be is what I need to let go of. Because I have control over, I can manifest the way this occurs in my life. I do that for myself. I take care of myself. I fill my own cup. I balance my divine masculine and divine feminine energies into this one cup, and it spills out and it overflows to everyone else's cup too, including the divine masculine. But she's doing it for herself. And she's feeling the ripple of that. She's letting go. This card is here. She's letting go of holding on so tight. She's letting go of being so blocked by this energy that was absorbing everything in her. It was completely keeping her eyes closed to everything that was beautiful around her. And she stepped up and is now filling her own cup. This is a really intense energy. And that was a really heavy energy to have let go of too. This longing, this is a very, very, very stuck energy. But it was like, what else can I do? What else can I do with my life? If this was a job, this was about holding on tight to the security that this job gave you. If this was a karmic partner, this was the security that this karmic partner gave you. If this was holding on so tight to your twin, this was about the security that your belief in the twin had. But you've come to a place where you realize that you were holding on to the image of what it should have been or what it's supposed to look like now in the 3D. And you're letting go of that image. Okay, so for this divine feminine, what has cleared or come to completion for her? Oh, the storm. This is a number 10 card too. So it looks just like this tower. You could feel this tower moment coming. You could feel it building. You could feel it building and how tight you were holding on, but how badly you wanted to let go. You could feel it building. It was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And finally, it's been released. The tower moment happened. It's been released in this intense eclipse energy. The warning that this holding on so tight and allowing yourself to be drained by this negative energy, by this view, and this holding on so tight to that security, the warning, you could feel that coming. You could feel that you were holding on way too tight, and it's just that moment where you have to just let go. Just finally let go. Make that decision to let go. That's the hardest part. You could feel that coming and it finally cleared. The relief that you feel now after that moment happened is huge. It's like, let's go celebrate. Let's go drink, guys. Whew, I'm glad that's over. You know? Man, that was a big thing that cleared for you. So what has opened up for her? Go the distance. Number 11 card. The ability to now move forward with the rest of your life. You were holding yourself back. You were being held back by holding on so tight. And now, no more. You're off to the races like a cheetah. It's fast. The flow of this is really going to happen fast. And it's all going to come into alignment now that you have released that tight hold. All right, what's coming your way? Another number 10 card. Another number 10. This says rock bottom. I think what it is recognizing that you were at rock bottom. The only place to go is up. This storm that you could feel brewing and brewing made you feel like you were at your rock bottom. And what's coming your way is the only way out is up. The only way out is through. You guys, you have gotten to that point. Creating this tower for yourself has made you realize that you were at rock bottom. Man, you got a lot of 10s here. 10 and then 11. This card is what's coming to you. And it may seem to some of you that rock bottom is coming to you. I don't see it that way. I don't read it that way. I don't feel the energy that way because of the way it relates to these other cards here. That storm was here. You cleared that. You could feel it coming. You could feel it building. And letting go of that has made you be able to look back and have the perspective of, I was at rock bottom and I was holding on so tight, but I didn't realize that I was at the bottom. There's nowhere else I could go. I don't want that heavy energy anymore. When I let go is when the universe steps in and allows me to have my abundance and my flow. I was keeping myself at rock bottom. The realization of this rock bottom is huge for this divine feminine. All right, spirit advice. Ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. This rock bottom was self-imposed. It was holding on way too tight. It was not seeing what's going on around you. It's keeping yourself stuck in a situation or mind frame that does not allow you to, it's just stuck. It's in your head. It is not grounded. It's absorbing and being in the energy of all of these other people in this situation here that has sucked you in. It's not being in your own energy. And you've broken free of that. This situation has kept you distracted and unfocused and tired and irritated and impatient all the time and panicked. And gosh, what am I going to, if I left this situation, how would I make money for myself? Or how will I have security if I let go of this karmic partner or whatever it is? Get yourself grounded. Get yourself to a place of, I think now also, because of the intensity of all of this that's happened, you really do need to get yourself grounded and figure out the best way to do that from now on, making sure that you really anchor yourself into the energy of this breaking free and releasing yourself in order to be able to go the distance. Pulling yourself up from rock bottom is a really hard job, but they're telling you ground yourself. It's really can be as simple as connecting with nature, getting into meditation, doing some healing. You really do need to heal from this situation too, because the energy that has released because of this was really big, and you got to make sure that it's not sitting in your external, in your energetic body. There's debris that comes out, so you need to clear and cleanse that energy, all of that negativity out of your aura, out of your energetic body. I don't know how else to say it, really. Go take a bath. Go take a salt bath. I said this in the other reading too, actually. Reiki energy in this message includes violet flame energy also, which is very cleansing. It's flame, it's violet flame, but I picture it as water. It's very cleansing. It's like a waterfall. Absorb the energy that is present in this reading right now. Sit down, close your eyes, take a deep breath, ground yourself, and imagine a huge flow of water, just this faucet turned on right above your head, and how refreshing and cleansing that would feel. And picture it picking up all of the debris sitting around the outside of your body right now and having it flow out of your system, out of your space, and being grounded out and transmuted into the earth. That Reiki and that violet flame energy is here for you if you are open to it right now. Right now. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. Yeah. All right. This divine feminine, this energy kind of feels like all over the place. It was very rocky for a while there. It was very, you could feel it building. You could feel the storm building. You really need to rest and get yourself grounded right now, seriously. This was a big release. So allow yourself some integration time until moving into this next phase of your life. There's a little bit of a rest period that's going to need to happen. This celebration, definitely celebrate it, but also listen to your body and your intuition and what it's telling you about. Just you're kind of overloaded right now because this was a big release. So, all right, I'm going to head over to Vimeo for the Divine Masculine. So I'm getting this throat chakra stuff again. It's really hard for me to talk right now, and it's like he's dying to say something about how to help you with this. Like he wants to help you with this. He wants to give you some of his knowledge, which is such a switch. About what he's doing over here in order to balance that out, and what he sees in you. The light that he sees in you is immense, and he just wants you to let that shine. He wants you, now that you have let go of this hold, to really, really step up and shine. Okay, so I'm going to put the link below for the extended reading for this Divine Masculine. If you want to do a private reading, email me. My email and all the information is in the box below as well. If you wanted to get into your specific Divine Masculine, or if you wanted more information about this, if you decide not to go over to the extended reading and you just want some more information about how to move forward with your energy here, let me know and we'll dig into it. So, all right, see you guys later. Thanks.